Why, hello everyone. Good to see you. Paul Trani here. Going to dive into a little Photoshop magic and compositing with Elise Swopes. Hi Elise, how you doing? Doing fantastic. Hopefully everybody can hear us and see us loud and clear. We see you, Darius. What's up, Wade? Bodhay as well. Thank you also for updating your avatar. I like being able to look at the chat and actually see a face there, so thank you for that. And that's cool. All right, Elise, well, yeah, day 2. We had a bunch of launches, a bunch of updates today, by the way, like this morning, and but we get to just actually you just get to have some fun, quite frankly, right now, which is cool. So yeah, that is cool. Are you, hold on oh shoot, hold on one second. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
There you are. Go ahead and say hello.
Hi everybody.
Okay. Sorry about that.
I'm sure I was probably saying hi and everything, and you were like, "Why is she so quiet?"
Yeah, you were good. That was easily my fault.
No, you're good. That's life. That's how we do out here. We're going live.
That's why I like just chat, keeping us honest, and letting us know when things need to be fixed. There she is. All right.
Hi everybody. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm happy you're here as well. Like the hats.
Thanks.
Dressed all cool.
Yeah.
Very.
Hey, always got the coolness. It's cozy. Yeah. I call myself a cozy queen.
What does anybody recognize that icon on her hat? Does it look familiar? It's kind of cool. So feel free to chime in.
I'm pretty sure it's from many moons ago. I was like a baby when this came out. Just a hint.
So was I, because I just graduated from high school recently. But anyway, just kidding. All right, so let's dive into this. Hopefully, yeah, just I guess, I don't know if there's anything else that needs to be said. We have a full day. We're going to be showing off some new stuff. We're also going to have design reviews as well, so there's that tab. We want to say hi to everybody and say we appreciate you, Mallory, Mohammed, Carrie, and everyone. So we're happy you're here. So Elise.
Thank you. Of course.
Happy you're here. I'm ready to kind of switch over to your screen if you are.
Good. Yeah, always.
Sweet.
Always ready to edit. You know me. I am a mobile queen. Edit where I am. Ready to go. Always prepared. I'm hyping myself up so that I'm not as nervous as I think I am.
Yeah, just
gas me up. Gas me up. Absolutely, of course. So yesterday we were actually getting into this edit, which was, decently complicated, and I think I'm gonna maybe finish it a little bit for now, but I'm gonna show you some other ones that we're gonna go into today. Got them prepared in my album here. Always got to have an album prepared when you're on a live stream. Okay. I'd also be interested. Now I've been considering this until I've come on here. Paul, I'm wondering how you feel about this. I wonder if people want to give a vote on what I should edit, because I've got a few different ideas on what I could edit today. So either we've got this one, which I used entire Adobe Stock from start to finish with, and then we also have this one, which people are always very confused by. Where does it end? Where does it start? It's actually a pretty decently simple edit once you could break it down.
Love it.
And then I also have this one here. I like to merge nature with my hometown Chicago and the skyline, just because Chicago is probably one of the flattest places besides all the architecture, so I like to imagine that maybe we've got some mountains and some cool nature vibes. So those are the 3 that we could kind of choose from, and they're all ready actually, or this one maybe even. I've got a few. We can do anything you want at this end.
That's cool. So feel free. We'll wait for chat to kind of kick in. so yeah, there is the first one with the moon. There's kind of like there's this one, and then the other one with the moon is kind of similar in that it's a silhouette and stuff like that. But, so we have those two.
Absolutely. Silhouette moons, or we can
I
do.
love that.
I shot this out of a helicopter in Chicago. I do helicopter rides a lot. Love helicopters.
Sweet.
The last one I got one. I mean, the last one I was in, I was definitely sketched out, but I was like, okay, just gonna keep it cool, keep it chill. And then
so
this one, this is, yeah.
Let us know which one you think Elise should edit or should put together. Feel free to say something. All I see is Marsha say, the bird. That's all I'm seeing. That's all I'm seeing. So feel free to be like, silhouette with the moon, whatever you want to do. We didn't really do 1, 2, 3. We just, and honestly, Elise, you could do what?
I could probably do it. Exactly. I'm probably, honestly, exactly. And you might come up on some good time anyways, so I'd probably
Can you, actually, for this one,
yeah.
Can you kind of turn off the layers and kind of just do a quick recap because people are like,
of
okay,
course, absolutely. So let me merge this down real quick. I'm gonna hide this, hide that, hide this, and that. So now you'll see that initially I shot this photo actually. I was on my bike in Chicago downtown. I edited out the street lamp, and I kind of pieced all the windows back together so that it made a little bit more sense. And then from there, I just added some trees. So you'll see, or inspired by specifically, and I was even on this trip with Paul. We were was it in San Francisco or was it in?
Yeah,
pretty sure it was in
San Francisco.
Yeah, north of San Francisco.
Area.
Absolutely. This is why I failed geography. So I was inspired by a lot of the redwoods we saw, and inspired, by just the massiveness of that, and contrast with the city skyline that I'm so used to. I figured it'd be really cool to mend those together, and I've always loved kind of blending nature and city skylines anyways. And so you'll notice on this layer, it's probably not as obvious of what's really going on, but and not that one, but when I click on this correct layer, when I keep turning it off, you'll see maybe on the top left corner for you, I hope it is, that building windows are filled with some trees. And so I'll also fill that in there, cut the background buildings out because it just seemed to, it wouldn't, at least for me specifically, I think it was really strong for that larger redwood to be there. And if I cut out any less buildings, I think it would have looked a little different. So I kept as many buildings in as I thought necessary, and then I just kept adding in and kind of replacing certain things. I'm not sure what this layer did specifically, but it seems like I did something with it. I also, what else did I do? Oh, and then this one, over the cars, I wanted to block out those cars so it wasn't as obvious that those cars were there. And then I think I duplicated that layer so that I could tap this. And then, and then not even just tap it, but let me go to here, transform, flip it, and then just do another one over here, kind of over that car, and then maybe make that a little bit darker. So I'll go in here. I know there was a new update, I believe, where I could kind of hold something, or there was a plus here.
Yeah.
Adjustment layer.
Adjustment layers, yeah.
Yeah, and then curves. I think I can do curves, which I think I'm going to do. So I'm going to just darken just that one single layer. I hope that it only affects. See, now I'm seeing what's happening. So it's adding an additional layer to affect the entire thing. So what I really want to do is actually, I think I was, well, could I?
Yeah, so fourth icon down on the
fourth
right
icon
side.
Down, boom. Hey, we did it. Wow, look at you teaching me things that I never knew. And see, then I'm going to darken it up a little bit just so it matches kind of that side of the street. See, Paul, and like I always say, you know what I'm saying? Like you're great at everything. You just get it. Dude, you're a genius. You really are.
I just Googled it. That's how
I forgot that was your secret weapon.
You want to be smart, just make sure I was in front of the computer and Google stuff.
I'm the same way in all my group chats. Anytime anyone asks a question, I'm like in Google and I just like send them a paragraph. And they're like, Swopes, you know so much. I'm like, I really don't know anything. Google knows.
Hopefully never sent them that URL. Let me Google that for you. Do you know that URL?
Yes, I've seen that, and I have been sent that myself. And so that's why I don't ask anyone questions anymore.
Yeah, that's funny.
Absolutely. Okay, so with this, it's pretty good and ready to go, at least for me. I think I may have adjusted a few different layers. Might have came into this, I think that's that background. No, let's go here. Nope. Here. Nope. Here. Is it this one? So I can't find it anywhere. This
might just be a duplicated layer. It could just be something that it could just be a layer that's just like maybe you made a backup or something. Actually, if you swipe, you'll be able to see the masks on it. Maybe
right.
Okay, so those have different masks. Interesting.
Right, and I think it's supposed to be this one that I'm like. You see how it's cut out the mask with the white there. It's supposed to be this one, but if I hide it, it should hide. But it only hides like this part right here. So that's interesting.
Maybe is it the layer?
What if I? Ooh. Did I flatten it? Okay, let me flatten it real quick and see if that helps at all. Is it the same thing? Which one is this one?
That? Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
That might be the problem.
Exactly. It is. It is. It's absolutely the problem. Okay. Let's get it out of here. Let's get it out of here. Boom. Okay. Woo! Now we know. Oh. Good old layers. And it feels like, like people who are UX designers and, if they put a wrong like symbol somewhere and the entire system and program is like crazy and confusing if it's like wrong with this one symbol. Like that's how I feel about editing and like layering. It's like you got to make sure that all of what you're clicking on, what you're doing is like exactly what you want to be on,
Yeah.
Like it's such a like I almost feel like a doctor, it's really specific.
Yeah, for sure. And what I think is funny is, especially on mobile, I think this happens. Like, you don't really know the name of anything because on desktop you can roll your mouse over like an icon, and you'll get a little code, the pop up that says what it is.
Right.
Mobile, you have no idea. You're just like
idea.
The arrow with the box. That's
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. I mean, I guess I could go up here. I mean, you'll notice that like there's names here, obviously. I mean, I could have easily used this space and named my layers. I could have had, background copy, and I would have been like, oh, there it is, but little old me, using mobile for 10 years, I'm just like, get in there, get out almost. And so for this, I've got to become a little bit more organized just for my future self to say, okay, this is the way it's supposed to be done, but here we are in this icon placed here. So what I've done initially while I was talking a little bit is just adjusted that layer and maybe turned down the contrast quite a bit, just so it matches the background. And then I'm just going to go ahead and export that. And I like PNGs, so I'll do a little export of that. And then it's nice because I go take it into Lightroom, launch Lightroom right now, and then it will open it right up. I hope. I think I may need to click in my all photos, but I hope not. Recently added.
Do you want me to
okay,
switch?
Yes. Woo! No, we're good. Yeah.
Oh, we're okay?
Yeah, I know. Yesterday we switched because we found out beforehand that it was uploading all of my camera roll. And I was like, why are all my new photos in here? And I'm like, we can't be on live with new photos uploading. That's just not safe. So we want to make sure that they're all recently added, which is here we are. And that's nice that, I mean, when you're in Photoshop and you want to directly put it in there, and here it is. I mean, that's the easiest kind of route. And even though I know this, what was it, the new update that came out, right?
Edit in Photoshop?
Yeah, a new export appeared simply, instead of having to go into, you know, export to camera roll or open in or whatever, you know, you can tap right there into edit in Photoshop. So that's going to be really nice. And
Elise, you were saying that you would like to see it like also the other way, to where you're in Photoshop, like edit.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because I mean, I just did it just now, but it was more so, instead of it being like right here on this top right, you know, where it says publish and export or quick export, it's really more so, okay, PNG, clicking export, and then it's uploading, and then it still has it here, you know, which I think is cool. And then it still gives you an option, you know, launching into there.
That's true.
I think it would be really cool to just do a tap, ready to go. But the idea is there, right? It's still there, and I think it's easy to add into there.
Very cool.
So with that, I always bring this in to Lightroom as my last step, and what I like to do is just I'll maybe add some presets. So hopefully, I think I got some presets in here. Yes, I do. We've got oh no, right here. Oh, I don't know where my presets are. Done? Presets? Seems like they're loading.
Looks like some people like the moon one.
Ooh.
Yeah, like the white moon.
Pink moon? Oh, okay, cool. With the giraffe?
Yeah.
Nice.
Open to suggestions. I think they're all cool.
Oh, of course. My presets don't seem to be opening. I'm curious about that.
Actually, to Curtis, by the way, Curtis Sharp's asking a question about, like, I think Camera Raw. I don't know if you're asking about the straighten tool. We moved tools around. We didn't take any away. So go to your crop tool and look for straighten in there, just so you know. Awesome. So yeah, Elise, work on whichever one you want. I like the building ones is cool. You could do the giraffe with the white moon as well. Yeah,
absolutely. Oh yeah.
There was like major consensus, just so you know. So I think
I believe it. I believe it. Well, the building one's the easiest, so we'll probably just do that one real quick. And I'd say from there, could definitely do any of them. Yeah, we'll figure it out from there. We'll have some fun. Why not, right?
Let's do it.
So I'd say, you know, what I do with this image finally is, like I did the same way yesterday, I always bring it in a Lightroom and I'll put a preset over it. I'll adjust some layers. I'll add some, you know, grain. But I just wanted to finish that image out. This is for those who were there yesterday. Yeah. So again, appreciate all of everyone who's tuning in again, which is awesome. Yeah. So let me go into Photoshop and let's start a new document so we can start one of our new ones, right?
Let's do it.
We're going to create new, and like I said, I always start with a 1080 by 1350 because that is a 4:5 in Instagram, and I love taking up as much space as I can in Instagram, which instead of the horizontal or just a square, I think the 4:5 really catches some eyes. And so I'm just going to do create. Could do a transparent layer, could do a white background. I'm not too worried about it too much. So now I'm going to go ahead and go into my photos here. I'm going to go into Adobe Live. I've got my image. Now this photo was an accident. I'm going to be honest with you. I shot it outside of the helicopter and it was crooked. And I was like, what am I going to do with this? You know, what is the point of having a crooked photo when I can't really do much? But I sat with it for a second and I realized that there's a ton of possibility. So that's when I started kind of editing around the image. Ooh, let's make sure. This is what happens with my fingers and all these little double taps, as I might do some undos and redos really quickly sometimes. But so what I did was I just used the selection tool and I just went around each corner of all of these buildings. And I just selected around them. So with this is a
work it.
Really nothing too complicated, nothing too wild. But I just want to make sure that I just keep selecting one by one. At least for me, just I keep having a little bit more control over every little section. And let me see if there's feather on, because we don't, no feather.
Yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out.
Yesterday was a doozy.
Yeah, just because it's hidden. You don't know.
It's hidden. Absolutely. Yeah. Exactly. So I'll just keep kind of.
At least I'm gonna be back in 2 seconds. My laptop just shut off, and I don't know what happened.
Oh, of course.
Just continue with what you're doing.
Okay, I will do that. Absolutely. So I'm going around. Just gonna keep going like this. Making sure I'm getting around all these buildings. And I'm pretty sure I selected this one here. I think around. And I want to make sure I'm looking at it correctly so that I'm grabbing the right building. Yeah, grab that bottom half. Go to Photoshop. Keep selecting up here.
You're doing great.
Select back over here. Just make sure that I'm selecting the right buildings. And it looks like right top there. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Okay, we've got our buildings selected there. I'm just going to go ahead and just roughly fix some of these little edges that may seem a little off. So I might just keep tapping on the left up here. Remove.
And Curtis, I'm working on your question about the crop tool.
So here. Keep going around. I wonder if anyone ever guessed a date on my hat, my logo.
They did guess that's the old school.
Did they say, was it 89?
Oh gosh.
I was born in 89, so I'm very attached to it. It's also when The Simpsons were created too, so. And The Simpsons are great.
Oh really? 89? That's when they started?
Yeah, and I like around my birthday too. December 19th. So we're still going to just race around these buildings, make sure I'm not selecting anything else. And my hands are really just like little paint brushes, honestly. I'm just really just going in around as much as possible and highlighting, not highlighting what I need. Just keep selecting, keep unselecting. And we're almost there. Patience.
Curtis, just to answer your question, Curtis. Yeah, honestly, I think, well, and Elise for that matter, I'm not seeing the crop tool in Camera Raw 12.3. But I also have a lot of crazy builds, so I don't know if my build is off. But either way, you can use the crop tool within Photoshop. You don't have to use the crop tool in Camera Raw. Hopefully that helps, true. Man.
I agree. Okay, invert that. And then I believe that I copy that. So let me duplicate this. I wonder if I'll duplicate the selection. Duplicate selection, nope. Maybe I'll invert and then erase. Maybe that'll help a lot more. But I think I should actually, I'm gonna edit this. Look back at what this looks like real quick. Okay, it's the other way. So I think, is this building selected? That building's not selected. Is this one? My brain is like, which one is selected? Which one isn't? And my own edit is like messing with me. Oh yeah, okay, so this is how it, okay, so let me take, I think I want to keep this building in there. So let me erase around that. Okay, we're good on that. And then I definitely want this building too. So that's where my confusion's coming in. Like I want this building because I see it in the reflection. Oop, undo. Okay. All right, let's see if that other building's in there. Yes, it is. Go back here. I'm gonna erase out of there. Okay, and let's grab this back in. I love selecting. Selection tool is like literally my best tool that I use for everything that I do.
Well, and I just like working on the actual image. Like, you know, when you're using a mouse, it's disjointed. But now you're actually just kind of just running your finger over the buildings you want.
Exactly.
Which is nice.
Very nice. Okay, so it looks like I may have highlighted what I think I want. And I think what happens is I erase this selection. Okay, maybe erase this selection. And then I deselect.
Are you going to erase it?
Oh, good old Paul, keeping me accountable. Paul knows my flaws. He knows that I'm a destructive being. When it comes to my edits, you guys, I'm like a touch and go person. I'm like, am I gonna think about it later? Well, no, probably not. But I definitely do. There are times when I go back and I'm like, dang, I should have did a mask. Yeah. Thanks for keeping me honest, Paul. Appreciate it.
No, you're good. Whatever.
No.
There is no wrong way, really.
No, this is necessary, especially with this, because you'll notice. Obviously, I was like, is this one? This one is a necessary mask for sure. Absolutely. So what I'm going to do is now flip this. Flippity flip. Maybe it'll, not that way, not that way. Is it? Okay.
Hello, Carol. Good to see you here. And
I think it masks the wrong way. I'm going to mask the other one. Undo.
Yeah, and maybe you need to turn off one of those.
Yes.
I don't know. It's hard to
see. I think it's invert.
You have duplicates.
Mask this way. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so that will keep the ones on your left side, on the left side.
Yes, exactly. Yes, I want this one. And then let's put this way. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's getting crazy. I'm pretty sure this is where it started getting a little confusing. Boom. Wow. I'm pretty sure that's how I did it. And and obviously there was a little bit more like, I think
it's supposed to be harder. Why don't you make this harder? It's for such a cool effect. I think that you just need to put more manual labor into it.
I know. Sometimes, like when I show people things, they're like, "That was it." I'm like, "Yeah, that's all you gotta do." Honestly, that's what I tell you, Paul. I'm not a secret holder. I'm not like out here thinking that anyone's gonna steal like my space or like. I mean, I think when people get these things and these secrets are like, I can do anything that I actually imagine myself, and that's like my greatest thing is to show people that what you could imagine is really not that difficult. All you need to do is go in there, try some different stuff, and you'll notice that even for me, I mean, I've gone in and out of here and been like, does that work? Is that what I did? Is that, I don't remember. Well, it's like, it's okay, because that's the cool part about Photoshop. That's the cool part about Illustrator. It's the cool part about all of these different, programs, is that you can hit undo, you can redo, you can save it, you can undo it, you can restart, and that's how I built this. Is I had no idea what I was doing, but here, it became, something that I've sold tons of prints on. That has been, it was an accidental photo, and yeah.
And you did it. You did this thing with like the right photo. So I'm sure there are plenty of cases for every success like this photo shows. There's plenty of like all the failures of things that you thought would turn out really well and just like didn't.
So many. So many. Tons. I mean, it's like unbelievable the amount of times and then even still when I post things, I'm like, is that really what I like, or am I completely 100% happy with it? But when I just start seeing, a lot of support, I think it makes it that much more wild. But I think sometimes my favorite work is the one that doesn't get enough attention. So sometimes it's the ones that I'm like, I had no idea that was actually going to be, really, inspiring or whatever to other people, is the one that is. So.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's like you spend all this time on another piece and you think it's going to be awesome. Nobody says a word.
No.
And then you do something quick and everybody's like, so cool. It's like, I can't figure it out.
Yeah, I know. I love it though. That's a creative life, I mean, that's something we just have to accept as well, when it comes to that, and not let it stress us out and not let it get to us. Just kind of have fun with it and laugh and be like, just have fun.
Yeah, very cool. So we do have, let's see, I'm just going to make sure we answer these questions. So like,
of course.
Adobe, somebody wants the, there's the edit in Photoshop from Lightroom. Somebody wants that in Fresco, like in Fresco, edit in Photoshop. Like, first off, I think all this gets very tricky, because then you're going to want to, would you want an edit in Illustrator, and edit this, and an edit in that? So that's kind of why we have cloud documents. The fact that you could, everything's in the cloud, so you could just, from the main menu in Photoshop, you can open up that Fresco file. So to answer your question, probably not, but it's as simple as doing an open, just FYI.
Yeah.
Welcome, Seathers. Anyways, just trying to read names. Here we go. Cool.
Good stuff.
Oh, I like this one too. This one's cool.
This is all Adobe Stock. It's not too hard. I feel like I could do this one real quick too. I mean, we've got good time. I'm excited about it. We have all the time in the world. Well, maybe not, but it feels like it right now. Okay, so I'm going to do another create new document. And like I said, I'm an obsessor over the 1080 by 1350. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new one. And I'm going to, now this is my favorite part about Photoshop or iPad, is because, or any Photoshop in general, or any kind of Creative Cloud program, it seems, is that there are libraries that are attached with your Adobe assets or your Adobe Stock assets. And I enjoy having a library that is very specific to what I'm trying to accomplish. And successfully, I've been able to create a library with all the Adobe Stock images that I'm going to be using for all of the edits I have today. And that is just such a convenient way to just, make sure that either you're not taking up a lot of space on your actual device, or that it's convenient in that way where you don't have to go through all of the different, photo albums and folders and stuff. It's just, you go straight here, open it right back up, and it's ready to go. So
do you do like me in like your spare time? Do you like, I clean up my libraries every now and now? It's like kind of cleaning up your desktop, but like, let's get all this organized.
Absolutely. Of course. Absolutely.
It's nice that I don't have to dig it up on my desktop. I usually try to keep my libraries like well organized and all that good stuff.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
You do the same thing. I have a nature folder and all that.
Oh yeah, yeah. It says I think I have like a nature folder actually right here. Nature and
Yeah.
illustration.
Yeah.
That's funny. Um, okay, so go back in here. Now I've got my moon background there, which is nice. That was not too complicated, and it's kind of the color that I've already wanted anyway, which is a nice pink. Don't have to do much editing to that. Shout out to Adobe Stock. Now I found this image of like this walkway that I thought was pretty cool. It seems um, just like a weird space station or something, you know. And I thought it would be interesting in my mind that maybe there would be, and I think initially I had made this piece for International Women's Day, and I think it really signified to me that women are really super powerful. They do have a vision, and they can see things really clearly. And I envisioned them like looking out into the world or to the moon, or just this like surreal moment where they're all connected with one another. And so that's where I kind of pieced this all together. And so for this specifically, you'll notice that obviously there's no person in there and that it's see-through. So how did I accomplish that? Well, I will show you how I did such a thing. So
what if you didn't? You're like, this is what I would do. Like, here's an awesome image, and then you just move on to something else.
Like, so what else did I do? That would be really funny. So bye, guys.
I would show you, but I'm trying to keep my competitive edge. So let's move on to something else.
So this is another one that's, I mean, when I show people, it's really not that complicated. You can really just, do a little tap here, do a little tap there, and you've got a really fun image. So I'm going to do a little add clipped adjustment here, do a black and white on that. And then I will change, or before maybe I want to do that, I might change a little bit of the colors on there. Maybe I'll do a curves on it later, actually. I'm just going to keep it like that. But so now I'm going to flatten this layer down there, merge down so that I don't have to worry too much about the clipped adjustment. And now I'm going to adjust this layer, blend mode. I'm going to do a multiply. And now you'll see the background is gone. Didn't have to think about it too much at all, but if I did want to, you'll notice that the background's a little bit brighter, of course, and this, like when I multiplied it over it, it kind of dimmed it a little bit. So to kind of adjust that, you can go into the clipped adjustments. I believe we just added this new, and I say we as if I'm like in the labs cooking this up myself, but there's a new curves adjustment, which I think really does assist with a little bit of that issue that comes up. And what you could do, and you'll notice that there's something that happens here, you can just kind of create your own little layer up here, do a little square moment with the selection tool, take it, bring it up, make your own. Let's do a transform selection here, bring it down a little bit, undo, bring this down a little bit, fill it ourselves. Done. Let's grab a eyedropper. Where's the eyedrop? Oh, there it is. Boom, boom. And then fill that. Let's do a deselection. So now we could easily take a healing tool to this guy here. Let's make sure that and let me just merge these down so it's not getting complicated. Now, if I merge this, now I wonder, I don't think it'll be good. Okay, good. So let's do a little healing on this person here. I think it'll remove them very nice and easy. Ooh, do a little crazy right there. Maybe a little fix. See, look at that. Very simple. Or if I wanted to make it, I know, right? If I wanted to make it a little bit more perfect, of course I can take this, make sure the size is up. Maybe bring it down a little bit more. Just add this. I don't know why it's darker there, but let's see. layers. Okay. There. Okay, so that front part really won't matter because that's where we're going to put our ladies that we are adding. So I'm going to go back to my Adobe Stock layers again, add a library, or go to my libraries, add a new layer. Got my group. They're going to download. Shout out to my internet. So I'm going to resize them really quick. Do a little done. Let's see if they'll do a a select subject and help me out. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Okay, let's see if we can get our arm in there. Super. Wow, that's nice. Made it so much easier. Let's get her arm. I love zooming into something and seeing pixels. Like, I don't know about you, but it just like it makes me feel like I know what I'm doing. Okay.
Yeah, I usually like turn that off. You could toggle that on and off on the desktop.
Can you? I like it. I don't know what it is. You're like, I don't like it.
I always turn it off.
Okay, I'm gonna keep kind of going in here, just going around what needs to be adjusted. And I'm pretty sure I'm adding that in. I think I'm adding it in. Am I removing that? Yeah. Okay. Moving. I think I can. I think there's like a little thing here. Maybe let's move this down a little bit. Ooh, undo. There we go. That's easy. Just tapping in there. Oh, I'm just going to use my finger here.
I do want to remind everyone that we actually do, so we got a full day today. We do have our design challenge review, and then tomorrow is 99U, so we'll be live streaming 99U, which is a big conference in New York City. That will be pretty darn cool. So that's kind of what's going on.
Awesome. Okay, so this.
Elise, how do you prepare files for a client? Size, format?
Well, some clients require certain sizes for certain social platforms, but so that means that I'll shoot everything in like the widest format or the tallest format possible, so that I could either crop it, 9:16, or if I need to do 16:9. So sometimes you got to keep yourself a little bit safe depending on what you're working on, by thinking ahead of time that way. So that comes down to graphic design, that comes down to video, that comes down to illustration. Just make sure that you're thinking about having enough open space so that you can go horizontal or vertical.
And a lot of the clients you deal with are, they're getting in touch with you for social media requests. So you kind of know, they could just say Instagram or Twitter, and you kind of already have a good idea of like what you need to do. Right, exactly. And then some of them, they're like, we got to post it everywhere. And I'm like, well, okay, that's fun. I like a good challenge, though. Okay. All right. He's getting good. Just selecting hands. Okay. So it seems like, I'm getting it here. Now this won't matter too much because we're really just going to just black these out into a silhouette, so you won't really kind of see too much of those details. But now, I believe if I do a mask, okay, cool. Did a mask. Guys, I'm still learning those masks. You see me? You see me out there doing a mask play? Are you proud, Carol? Carol usually chimes in if you ever use a mask. Carol, shout out to Carol. I'll get to your, you have a pretty specific Illustrator question. Yeah, we could just like take that offline. And also, I'll cover Illustrator in depth Thursday morning. So
I can't wait till Illustrator on iPad drops.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I thought we were going to have like some announcement this week, but nothing yet. So
Nothing yet? That's
Nothing
okay.
yet.
That's
Had to
okay.
double check.
Ooh. Wow. Did you guys just see that though? Sorry to interrupt you. but,
Do it
like,
again. Do it again.
Okay, let's undo. Shout out to Curves, by the way. That
Yeah.
I'm just like really happy about it. Boom, boom. Now we've got our silhouette.
Yeah.
Now we've got our silhouette. Okay, merge down. Don't want to worry about it. Or don't want to worry about it too much.
There's a big moon.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Or since
you guys see that?
Red, yeah, I've never used curves that way. That works out great because you've taken it, you've made it black, basically just solid black. But you could always bring back if you wanted a little bit of highlight or whatever else. You could just adjust the curve accordingly. Exactly.
So if I did want to do, like I could do. Okay, let's just do maybe I'm gonna just make it black and white. And I'm going to merge that down because that's what I'll do. Then do another curves. So I think you would keep like some highlights in there, if you wanted to kind of like play around with just the light in the background, or something. Or just make it look like there's people still there a little bit. Because then when you put that, preset or that filter over it, it's really just going to make it all kind of come together, which is nice.
Yeah,
I can erase around.
And it's like so it's like pretty straightforward. But yeah, I guess they got these little like cleanup areas. But overall,
yeah, not too bad at all. Ooh.
Welcome back, Seth. Good to have you here. So it's all web-based, no print. Oh yeah, Marsha's asking you about your clients.
So that's another thing is because about 90% of my work is mobile-based. A lot of it really isn't too physical, but I have done prints and they've looked really nice, but nothing as far as like maybe magazines and stuff like that. I guess I have had some stuff in magazines, but it's never been an issue. I don't know. I think I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think everything for me is really just like a case by case, and I think when I get in that moment I try to at least make it work as much as I can. So I might recreate a piece in Photoshop on my desktop that I created on my phone. I've done that before. I might, just ask them specifically what they need. And if I don't know how to do it, I'm not going to tell them I don't know. I'm just going to figure it out and I'm going to Google it like Paul does. And I'm just going to pretend and send it back like I did. So.
And that's it. It's like just you have the capacity to learn. So there's a difference between have you done it before and can you do it? Like, if they would have asked you, have you done it before? You'd say, yeah, no, I haven't, but can I do it? Yeah. I mean, come on now.
Exactly. See, now I'm trying to do a mask on this clipped adjustment, and this is why you have to pay attention to your layers, because I'm sitting here, like, trying to erase on her leg, and I'm like, why is this not letting me? You know what I'm saying? And this is the problem, is I'm not in where I'm supposed to be. Oh, why? See, I don't really want to do all that. I mean, maybe I will eventually, but I'm going to click on this. Try to get out of there.
So just answer your question here in chat. Also, you could do iPad can handle large enough files for print.
They can.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know the max size, but just to give you an idea, like it looks like that actually, what is that default? The default Photoshop size is 7 by 5 inches. 300 dpi, so it actually defaults to a print size.
This is 300 dpi right now. Yeah, exactly. That's the nice part about Photoshop, and that's like my issue for the last 10 years is that I am bred into iPhone apps that have held me back for so long, and now that there are possibilities with Photoshop or iPad and just the ability to have 300 dpi or have unlimited layers, like that is unheard of to me. So I'm still like a baby having this like opportunity to start crawling again with a different kind of like like just unlimited ability, you know?
Yeah.
It's great. It's exciting.
What I think actually is exciting is seeing your stuff printed. You know, I think that's kind of an exciting experience when you think about it.
It is. It really is. I'm trying to do more physical stuff. I think that would be really cool. I want to have like my own photo show. And that'd be awesome. But I would rather, instead of just having photos everywhere, I want it to be really experiential. I want like to touch every sense. Like I want you to hear stuff. I want you to feel stuff. I want you to taste stuff. I want you to smell stuff. You know, like I want it to be like you are immersed. And it's going to take some time for me. Yeah. So I think I've got another library asset that I want to add in here. I think I had this in the background, I believe. And you'll notice this is like completely different than the background that's there already right now. But that's not to worry because I'm going to make it black and white again, like we did those other layers. And then I'm going to change that. Maybe do a screen. And then I'm also going to bring that layer down. I wonder if the clip adjustment's going to come with. I hope so. If it doesn't, it's going to come after. Okay, let's close this.
Yeah, I think it might not, but
hold this down. I don't think so either, so it's fine. We're gonna grab it back.
Steady, easy.
Whoa. Okay, here we go. Ooh, okay. Okay, so now you'll notice that there's a lot of weirdness going on there in the background. So I'm gonna add another. Let's maybe merge down, do another clip adjustment, maybe do some curves. And again, I'm just gonna bring that over. And now it has the stars there. And kind of make sure I'm attached to the right layer. Merge down, and then select in there. Oh, just pull that up. So I've got some stars coming down. I wonder if I've got some stars in here all ready to go. Oh yeah, I do. Woo! Happy about that. So let's flip this. Ooh.
Work it.
Hey.
Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. Thank you. Thanks, Curtis. Yeah, we hear you, Curtis. I will get back to you. I know exactly what you're talking about, but I will let you know on the whole straighten tool. I know exactly what you're talking about. But anyways, we'll keep the conversation focused on ways that I could be like Elise here. And, take some of her business. Just kidding. No. I'm just kidding.
You're so funny. I appreciate that.
And in about 30 minutes, we will do design challenge reviews. Is what it is. The challenge tab there.
How exciting. Okay, so you notice I got my stars in. We're getting closer to the finish line, everybody. And you'll notice, I've used straight Adobe Stocks. That's it. I'm hanging out. I'm creating a whole mood. Just that. I want to make sure that I erase these stars over the moon because the moon is not invisible. Not one bit. Okay.
I like those stars.
Thanks. I like stars too. They're cool. They do what they need to do.
Yeah, it kind of fills it out more because it's a pretty simple, pretty graphic, straightforward piece. So
yeah,
adding some detail and not like overdoing it is a good call. So
it makes it like a little bit more realistic.
Yeah, and just kind of visually fills it out some more, I feel.
Exactly. So, this feels pretty good. I feel like this is what I would bring into Lightroom. So I'm just going to do a little PNG, large, fast saving, go into Lightroom, launch now, and it's ready to go. So I would still do my presets, or you can just do some light adjustments. It seems like maybe my Lightroom is not letting me edit today, so maybe I need to update it or something. Maybe I need to log in or something. I'm not sure. Because it won't even let me do like any exposure edits or colors or anything. I don't know what that's about.
It's not doing it now?
Yeah,
or
no.
Is it just taking
you see that? I mean, it looks like it's loading. But like, what is it loading for? I'm curious.
Well, and it looks like a little bit of processing is happening to that cloud
document.
Right,
yeah, exactly. I'm loading smart preview. Maybe a pause syncing. Preview not editable. Oh, okay. What if I have to save it from Photoshop? Okay, let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we go here. Okay, I'm going to quick export. Okay, maybe this is what it's going to. Photo. Actually. Okay. Yeah, no. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, come back to that. That's what it's saying, I guess.
Okay. All right, we'll come back to that. We'll come back. Now, I wonder if it'll save. If I go to save image, export complete. If I go to Lightroom, go here, add from camera roll. Okay. And boop. Yeah, that's interesting. Still won't let me edit. Okay, well, we'll come back to Lightroom. It'll figure itself out. It's always on my side normally. It's not a problem. You know, not every day is everyone's perfect day, right? We've got to let everyone take a nap sometimes.
Tell me about it.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
We hope everybody's having a good day today.
I know, always.
I feel like we all got a bunch of new toys. Assuming you're a Creative Cloud member, like you got some new toys today. That it's like Christmas in June a little bit. So
I know.
That's kind of nice.
Literally.
What I think is kind of funny. I hate to say it, but like we're constantly putting in new features, but then if we push out a new feature and then when we get complaints on the new feature, it's like, we just gave you this new feature. Maybe it does need to be updated. Sure, I'll give you that. But I'm like, aren't you just like, we just gave you something?
You know how it is. Gotta be grateful for what you get. Yeah. It's hard because, when people are paying for something, they feel like they have a lot of say-so on what, should be done to it. And I think also, not even just that, but a lot of people are afraid of change. Even for me, sometimes it's been hard for me to see something. And when I get used to doing something some way, or it looks a certain way that my body's comfortable with, it seems like a little bit different. But over time, like a week goes by, a few days go by, then you start realizing now that's the comfortable thing. And what you thought was, normal before is not normal anymore. So sometimes it just takes a little bit of time to get used to something.
Yeah, you just kind of get trained in doing things a certain way. And that's why it's hard to untrain people. Like, even if you come up with an easier way to do it, people have to unlearn the old way to learn the new way, and that's difficult. That's why we can't ever remove tools. Like, even just thinking about Illustrator. Illustrator has so much going on. Like, if we remove anything out of there, we're going to tick off some. And even if we're just like it's no longer needed. Like almost, to some degree, the rotate tool's hardly needed because you could rotate anything, just rotate it.
Right.
But you see what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, absolutely, of course. Okay, well. I got a lot more edits to do, which is nice because I'm happy that everyone was all over the place with their choices about it because we have so much time to do all of them. So we do. Yay! I know.
Like watching you knock these out. It's just a pleasure for me. So thank you.
Of course. Yeah. So I mean, at that, I hope and that people are inspired by just not so much because I think this it's a complicated image if you think about it to an extent. But I think if you simplify it by those steps, you could really get something that looks complicated. And it's really fun. So
yeah, I'm into it. And also, I think you're showing that you could make, even with the last couple examples, you could make something that seems very complex and cool, pretty easily.
Yeah, exactly.
it might take some brain power because
Yeah.
when you take, because you obviously have the perfect image, like for the cityscape. You know,
Yeah.
you found that you used that perfect image because you shot
Right.
it. But you see what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
like all the work was kind of like on the idea in the beginning, and then putting it together ends up being the easy part.
Exactly.
Yeah,
In your head, and that's with everything kind of almost, especially with just life in general. When it's in your head, it seems like overcomplicated. But once you start writing it out, getting it on paper, you're like, oh, okay, I can do that. You know?
Yeah. Why do we make life hard on ourselves? I don't know. It doesn't have to be that difficult.
I know, we got this though. Okay, so I've got 1080 by 1350. You guys know where I'm at. Great. Boop. Okay, so which one are we making? Let me look. Let me get a reference pic. Oh, I love this bird one. I think someone else screamed bird the one time and it spoke to me, okay? Because birds are always in my shots, and why they are, I don't know, but they're just majestic. I've seen them all my life. I think that they are a nice foreground, a nice piece to fill empty space, and they're part of nature. You know, they're what everybody knows of nature. Some people don't like birds, though. I don't mind them too much.
I love birds.
You like birds?
I
know people who are like frightened.
What's that?
People are frightened. Some people are terrified.
Oh yeah, like they're gonna swoop down and pick you up and then drop you from a great height.
Oh my gosh! Like eagles are really big, though. They could probably do that. Okay.
Yeah, I saw a hawk.
Ooh.
Like fly in and kill another bird, like it was going to eat it for lunch.
No.
It swooped in. It was chasing this bird all over. Swooped into the tree and it came out with it in its claws.
Oh my god!
I was like,
you mean it swooped in?
Oh.
Just kidding.
It swooped in. So it swooped in. Yeah. So yeah, they can't be intense, but that's awesome. So interesting fact. I thought this was fascinating.
Ooh.
We had a problem with people like in the U.S. people killing birds, right? Birds going extinct. So the Audubon Society said, okay, let's not have people kill birds. The new thing is going to be to go out and find birds and like count them. So they changed it from killing to counting, and it literally saved like entire species of birds because that was the new thing is bird watching and not bird.
Is that why we have bird watching? Bird watchers now. Oh.
Yeah, all from the Audubon Society. It's like good on them, just rethinking it. You know, people, you don't have to kill it to like it. Don't.
Well, why don't people do this with like hunting and stuff with like giraffes and
Buffalo
tigers
watching.
and lions? Just leave them alone.
Yeah. Let's go lion watching.
Like, just
that's
watch
kind of
them.
Just look at them. Just to your point, that's what a safari is. So that's why safaris are popular.
Yeah.
Like, let's go check out these awesome animals. You don't have to kill them.
Yeah.
You
don't have to do that. You don't have to do it.
Yeah, Lisa, maybe it was a red-tailed hawk. I don't know. Yeah. We have any birders, any bird watchers here? Would love to hear.
Let me see what this bird I'm about to use is. I wonder if someone can tell me what this bird is. This might be what you're talking about. Look at this thing.
Is that a... we've immediately dubbed Lisa Gethard our resident bird expert. Is this a red-tailed hawk? It looks like it could have a red tail. I don't know.
This is a something that'll scoop something. Like, I don't want to be around this bird when it's hungry. Not at all.
Yeah, boy. That hawk I saw yesterday was huge. It was like just a couple days ago. It was huge.
Oh my goodness.
But
I'm just cutting this bird out now just because it's on topic. Oops.
But
I might do some other things before that. Yeah, after that as well.
Oh, thank you. So Chris says he saw a falcon attack a quail. Wow.
Ooh.
So I didn't know that like falcons and hawks and stuff like attacked other smaller birds.
Yeah, they're just ruthless.
Okay. Darius is scaring us because he's saying you got to check out the vampire. You got to check out the vampire parrot. No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm not going to do it.
No, I don't.
We already have the. What is the hornet? The murder hornet.
Oh my gosh, I know.
I don't need vampire parrots and murder hornets in my life right now.
We don't need anything. We don't need none of that. Just keep them all.
I want peace of all things.
I just want peace. That's all we ask for. Why is it so hard? Why is it so hard? Why is it the hardest thing to ask for?
Come on. And really, it's the easiest path of resistance, because having peace is basically doing nothing. Like, just do the right thing. Just don't do stupid things, people.
That's it. That's all. Just be good. Just be good.
Hawks. I want hawks and doves to be laying down with the pigeons. Why not?
Oh, man. You ever seen a pigeon baby?
No.
I don't think anyone has. Pigeons start as adults. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
They just appear.
Someone's gonna Google a pigeon baby and they'll know though. I've seen a pigeon baby.
It's probably
not in person though. There's absolutely.
There's a Reddit for pigeon babies.
How did we get here, Paul? Okay, so that's our life. All right, so now I've got my bird in there. Thankfully, he's cut out, ready to go easily enough through the process of select subject. So now I'm going to go into libraries. I've got my fantasy foggy forest. Boop. And I'm just going to bring this up. So pull this down here and do some masking here. Just play around with the gradient tool. Just going to play with the fog that's kind of already there. And I might actually duplicate this layer a few times just to maybe hide that. Go back into that mask. Just keep these sides. I'll just keep kind of highlighting back and forth. See what works, what looks good. And it looks good there. And then I'll undo that. Maybe I'll play around this other side.
I love how you're just it also means like you're using the right images too, you know. It's like you're not making life hard on yourself. Those are at the same angle as the buildings, like they're not, it's not like a 3/4 looking down 30-degree angle.
Exactly.
You know, half the battles again, like the idea, getting the right photos and making your life easy and staying away from hawks that'll claw your eyes out.
You are absolutely right. Honestly, I mean, that's the biggest thing is for me is I knew that, you know, there's a lot of fog in this picture and that I could easily, you know, like mask into that fog. And that's just knowing that and making sure that I have images and looking on, you know, Adobe Stock for that type of style makes it so much easier for my edit. Entirely more edit. So go back to libraries again.
Sometimes you want to impress somebody with your Photoshop skills when all you're doing is just producing a lot of work for yourself for little gain.
Right.
Like nobody really cares how many layers it took you.
No.
I mean, it's kind of impressive. Like, 1,000 layers. You know, I had to make the. Actually, you know, last year I got to make the Photoshop for iPad, like a demo file for them, and it was like 500 layers and all this stuff.
I saw that.
It was just to show that it can handle all those layers.
Right. I don't think anyone on this earth is having 500.
Yeah, I could have been more efficient, but they're like, no, we want to push it and have lots of layers. But like, I could have made it more efficient. I'm not
the same stock image, so I'm just gonna keep that. That's the other ones we have. But no, that I saw that image and I was like, whoo, that's some power right there.
Yeah.
That's what you want to see, though. You know, that's what you want to see.
Yeah.
Let me erase this mask. Delete mask. Okay, so now I'm gonna bring this up and use it as background. That. And I'm going to hide it. I'm going to select that background image. And I think I'm just going to select around this building, which makes it very easy for me think it'll just select back there, all the white. Do. Okay. Super cool. Oh, undo. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna make that scene. And then I think I can do a mask on that, which is nice. And then I'm going to also, so it seems a little choppy, of course, right? But what I want to do instead is maybe do, I think I'm pretty sure I can do, I'm going to undo this if it doesn't work out, but I'm going to do another mask over it.
Yeah.
Do a gradient. And pull it up. So now you'll see, yeah. It's a little, maybe the background back there looks a little.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yep, right?
Yeah.
So now it looks like it's in the background. And plus the antenna is also back there. But I'll bring this in behind this, or at least bring this bird up forward so that doesn't look odd. Cool. So we've got our background in there, but you'll notice, of course, the bird seems a little out of place. I'm just going to flatten this mask on there so we don't need that background at all. So I'm going to do a add clipped adjustment, and maybe I'll just, I'm going to try his curves out. I'm just going to maybe lighten it a little bit, or maybe the other way. Let's try this right here. Maybe lighten it up a little bit so it's not as contrasted. Go here, do a little Gaussian blur. I do the blur because it almost looks like it's in the foreground, and the the background's more in focus.
Yeah.
The same way, kind of, a camera shoots.
It sells the depth. Could you
exactly?
Like, I wonder if you tint the. Because the bird's pretty warm.
Exactly. I'm gonna make it cooler. Exactly.
Okay.
We gotta turn that temperature down because the temperature is way too hot, right? So let's maybe do another one. Maybe do a little hue and saturation. Is it hue and saturation? Where would we go with that?
You can try
Color balance? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's better. That looks a lot better. And maybe do a little bit. Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah.
That looks good.
That makes me excited sometimes. I'm like, woo, yeah. Working like how we thought it should. Okay. Awesome. And then of course I would do a little filter over that in Lightroom. Do a little quick export. I wonder if Lightroom likes us yet. Let's go see. Lightroom, do you like me? No, we don't. She doesn't like us yet.
You just got the image of the trees from Adobe Stock or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, just from Adobe Stock.
Yeah, Adobe Stock always.
The buildings are Chicago.
That's Chicago. I shot that from my old apartment. Don't remind me. It makes me sad to think about. I miss my view so much.
You had a great view from.
Oh, I did. I could see I mean, I got a cool view now, but it's not like my sunrise pictures.
Yeah,
that's okay.
It's just different now. You're in Williamsburg, right?
Yes, I'm in Williamsburg, exactly. And
what's the exact address? Just kidding. Don't. But your street. You have a different view because you have the street that's all it's now a pedestrian street.
Yes, it is. It's one of those streets that New York, shut down for COVID, where people can walk and have some free time. And I mean, it's been really interesting to go on my balcony and be able to see, people riding their bikes, and I mean, there's been protests down it. I mean, every single thing that's been really socially, active is on this street. So I mean, I feel like I've got a really great seat to New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
exciting.
Awesome. Sounds like a lot of fun. Sounds like it'd be awesome to just people watch.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I would do, just watch people.
I like people watching, so it's definitely one of my favorite things to at least even do in New York. New York is people watch central.
Right.
It's really awesome.
That's a great pastime. I love it. Just watching the parade of humanity roll by.
The parade of humanity. That's absolutely
what I think
true.
of whenever I go to Vegas. It's just the parade of humanity.
Dude, Vegas, that is like the epitome of humanity. Truly.
Yeah, that's probably the last place I would see you. I feel like I wouldn't see you there, really.
You don't want to. I mean, no, you are absolutely right. You're not gonna see me in Vegas ever. I'm not like a partier. I don't like being around large groups of people too much. I'm not like antisocial at all. I'm very friendly. I'm very cool, but like I just like very intentional things. And like Vegas is not intentional. It's too off the cuff. It's too much. Yeah. But I respect it that way. I've been there. I've had a good time in Vegas, but once you have your good time, you're like, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm the same way. I only take it for like a couple days.
That's it. It's a couple days. They have really nice hotels. They have
gyms. They got
nice gyms.
That's why I like the recent, which every place in Vegas is turning into a scene, I'm sure, except for right now.
Yeah. What is this? Okay, this is what you see how I just made like 100 different layers. That's what's going on. I'm trying to make a filter layer. So let me add this.
Sorry. Go ahead. You know what you're
doing. Oh, no, it's okay.
But you could always do that long press. Sorry if it's getting cut off in the stream a little bit.
That's okay.
Adjust.
I'm pretty sure we do a hard light, soft light. Oof. So that's gave us a little bit of mood.
Yeah, so you just threw a blue layer over that and changed the blend mode?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a little blue layer. And then maybe if I want to kind of play around with that, go back in here, go in here, do a little add clipped adjustment, maybe do that. And then I think I can kind of play around with different colors with it if I'd like. Maybe this looks a little bit more, like this green color seems a bit more nature-esque, but I probably wouldn't put on my feed. This looks realistic a little bit, but I like more blue colors. Maybe turn up the brightness, make it darker, more saturated. We can always fill this layer, of course, with different colors as well. Ooh, yellow, pink, purples. But I normally like to go in Lightroom and just do my grain overlay over it as a final adjustment, of course. So yeah, that's that amazing piece. Yeah, right? Pretty cool.
Yeah. You're just knocking them out. You're turning into a little like Instagram photo factory.
I mean, I could do this all day. We'll just keep going. I mean, I'm having a good time. Can't complain one bit.
Yeah, that's good. Let us know if you guys have questions. Just people talking
please.
About they want to go take photos with you.
Oh, that'd be so fun. Oh, do we have anyone from New York in there? Wonder.
Yeah, I don't know. Feel free to shout out if you're
let me know.
New York City or surrounding areas.
Mm-hmm. I'd love some advice. I'd like to have a pizza war. Tell me, what's the best pizza in New York? Anytime I ask, everyone's like, whoa, 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 whoa. And like everyone in the comments like fighting and stuff. I'm like, yeah.
Hey, Elise, did you ever go to Happy Camper when you were in Chicago?
Yes, I did, of course. So I had a Happy Camper down the street from my house.
And they literally just opened up one down the street from my house. It's literally like...
Have you been there?
4 blocks away. Yeah, they're just opening now. And they're blowing
up.
They're like...
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was good.
You know what's funny about that place? So I ordered a pizza once, and I got the pizza delivered to my house, and inside of the pizza, I opened it up. Someone had Sharpied, "I love your work, Swopes," in the inside of it.
Oh, wow.
From Happy Camper, and I was like, oh, wow.
That is pretty cool.
Isn't that pretty cool? I know. So they could see that I ordered the pizza. That was the one and only time they did it, but I've ordered it a ton of other times since then. But I just thought that was so cool.
That is really cool.
Wow, thanks. Felt special.
Awesome.
But other people were like, that's creepy. Do you know them? Don't eat it. And I'm like, what?
Nah.
It's not like it was like a random pizza that was like ordered to my house. You know, like I ordered it.
Yeah, and if they said they hated your work, then maybe don't eat
Yeah,
pizza.
don't exactly.
But otherwise, it's like nothing but love. That's awesome.
If they hated your work, I'd definitely be worried. Don't eat that.
Your work. Enjoy your pizza. No.
Oh my god, it's gonna make me cry, laugh.
Looks
oh my
like
god.
Lisa Gethard's from New York City.
Oh, nice.
Actually, she's
Great.
in Brooklyn.
Oh, nice.
Now she's in Brooklyn.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm
Very cool. But Jonna, good to see
too.
you. Darius, feel free to just type in any suggestion you got or questions. Darius being so polite. He changed it to a suggestion of putting some emus in there.
Emus.
Yeah, sure.
I like that.
Anyways, yeah.
Oh, in this edit? Or just in general?
Emus are really a random suggestion. I'm not sure where that's coming from.
Honestly,
But
I'm
that
with the
works.
emus, but anything, I actually don't know if I know what an emu looks like. Is it a llama?
I feel like they're very close. It's and what is a llama but an aspiring giraffe? No,
Ooh, see, you're speaking true.
you have giraffes. Oh, an emu is the bird.
Oh
Second
my
one's just
god,
living
we're so
bird by
off.
height.
What's wrong with
No,
what is wrong with
I was
me?
thinking the same thing you were.
What did I think? What?
No,
And I'm sitting here thinking I'm a bird lady and like I don't know anything about my fellow birds. How dare I even say that I think I know? Okay.
Yeah, no, you're
Back
good. Let's go
home.
ahead and I guess we could
Yeah.
review some designs. And give
Oh,
me
that's
a second.
fun. Of course, I'd love that.
So and I really liked today's challenge. So just so everybody knows, let me actually just open up a browser.
Hey,
Let's just switch over.
do you never not like them?
What? Oh,
The challenges.
Yeah, I do like them, but I really like today's. 'Cause, what Kathleen made was awesome. So
Yay!
disregard the llamas. But basically, in the challenge tab is how you will link to this lovely Discord Photoshop current challenge. So that's where I'm at right now. So let me scroll up to Kathleen's because I'll show you what she made. It was like really cool. Here we go. Here's Kathleen's. Elise, it might take you a second for it to kind of load up. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, you can't, huh?
I can't see it, unfortunately, but
no, you're right. I screwed that up.
That's okay.
So let me fix that for you. So I'll just shut off your camera. So Elise, yeah, go ahead. You could probably take a look real fast. I don't know. Can you look on your phone or something? I don't know.
Where
you could also
should I
just
go?
stop sharing. You could stop sharing your screen if you want
Okay.
to as well.
Okay. Okay. Should I go to the live thing that's happening right now to find that?
No, just actually, you should see through my video feed that I'm sending to you. Right
I
now.
don't see anything in
Oh,
Zoom,
shoot, that's my
unfortunately.
That is my fault.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. You're a one-man show. You're doing everything. Killing it.
I thought I was.
There you are. I see you.
Sweet. And I'll bring you
Nice.
back in a second. But this is Kathleen's. It's all about a double exposure. She does the same thing that
Wow.
you do, like picking the right image. Like
Yes.
it's perfect with those palm trees to mimic the hair.
This is gorgeous.
And I love the implied line and everything. So good.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this is extremely detailed. I like the sun that's in there too, the brightness. It gives me like a soul feel, very like natural, airy,
Yeah.
a breath of fresh air kind of feeling.
Yeah. It's
But also super, almost like very cultural, I mean, it feels like maybe there's some kind of background of, from where someone's from or something.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's just really cool. Like she picked such a great photo. A good. By the way, profile is always good to do. Side shot. Like,
Yes.
A lot of the double exposures are done like the same way. And sure, she was encouraging everybody to kind of make their own with their own photo. And this one's cool. What I like about this one actually is that I like the tones. I like the color.
Yeah, I love the colors.
Yeah. It's pretty nice, right?
It reminds me of like sherbet.
Yeah.
I like sherbet a lot.
Like retro sherbet. Oh man, I haven't had sherbet in ages.
Dude, me either. I want some right now.
Same here. Into this. Oleg did such a good job. Again, right after that first one. So that one was knocked out pretty fast. So Matt did one of his son, double exposure.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
I like the baseball as the head. I like the brick as the legs. I like that there's a lot of texture with that. I mean, being from Chicago, you know, Cubs fan, or Sox, depending on who's winning, of course. Sorry, I'm bandwagoning. It's whatever. But when it came to like, I mean, I actually had a hat I designed with the Cubs in last August, and 5,000 people got the hat in the stadium, and I was inspired by like a lot of the brick that they had around, you know, in Wrigley Field. Like that's what everyone's, you know, knows as, you know, in baseball there. So I think this is a cool play on that.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, exactly. And again, a nice color overlay too. Yeah, having some fun. People are like, and I don't know, people could be pretty new at like even at Photoshop. So Freaka Challenge 5. Oh, this is an imaginary space. This is what is today. Should be Challenge 6. So anyway, so there's this one. That's from the challenge before. I think it's cool. Lots of textures. Awesome. Feel mind.
What is that made with?
What's that?
What is that made with? What's the program?
Oh, probably Photoshop. Just using like lots of textures. I could imagine. Probably if I scrolled up, I'd find something similar up here. So yeah, there's that. That's I don't know what textures exactly.
Gotcha.
But I think so. But to your point, it could be done. It could be done in, you know, probably like Illustrator too. I don't know if these are supposed to be moons, but I hope they are, because that would be fun if they were moons.
Yeah. It also looks like, I don't know if there's supposed to be an animal in the background, but I see like something back there. Like there's like a cat or like something with eyes and like a nose. Like I see something in the background that's shaped like something, an animal. But I don't know what it is.
That's a good question. Here's Angie, double exposure. Have you done it correctly? Yes, you have. You've done it correctly. Double exposure is just like putting two images together using some blend modes. It's great. If you ever get a chance, what really sells these is if you have the images that interact and like the branches like flowing with the nose and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But this is great. It's good.
Summer on my mind. Me too.
Summer on your mind and on your face.
Only.
Okay, let's move on. Yeah, that's another anything is possible from the day before.
That's cool.
Cool. Oh, here's another
I like
one. Okay, double exposure. Sweet. Yeah, just play with the implied line. Like, if there's lots of ins and outs, like your brain visually connects the lines. You didn't need all of this. I would crank up the contrast on this one.
Yeah.
You know?
Agreed. I would like to see some of that, like, wispiness of the texture come off of the horse, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I think add a new layer, put it in the background, just like you were doing, you know, just like kind of fade out half that layer and, you know, something like that. Floating aquarium, people are learning, this is good.
Let's go.
Bev, let's take a look at Bev. Cool.
That's good. I'm assuming that's probably, you know, the first few tries of that type of style, and I think that's a good first try for sure. You know, I think especially for someone who's learning Photoshop and, you know.
Yeah, exactly. just to, you know, again, it's a cohesive unit using the colors that she did.
Absolutely.
Challenge
That's cool.
6. This one's cool. Any suggestions here?
That's Chicago.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think it's cool. I think it would be cool if, like, I mean, it seems like maybe the background color is taking from the cityscape a little bit, but I do see like some purples in the cityscape. Be cool to pull those out too.
Yeah, that might be good for the background. I was also thinking of your last comment of like, do you have some of the city like
coming out? Yeah.
Just kind of play with, even if it's like the same image and then you just offset it, so you'll still see that, you'll see this magical person floating in front of the city.
Exactly.
Or something. But cool. And I typically think they work better with organic shapes if you do a double exposure.
Agreed.
This is cool. Somebody's taking it to the next level, because I think this could have been the space. Darius is here. Darius was the horse. Darius, you did a good job, man. I would just pick a photo that has more contrast, or bring more contrast into that photo, because like Elise, with the trees in the fog, like that's a cool image to use for double exposure.
Right. Exactly.
But not to take anything away from yours, Darius.
No, not at all.
I'd say this is honestly like one of the better ones. Yeah. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I think what's really successful about this is what you'll notice is that the horse hair, you know, I think that's what we're trying to get at, is that motion and that use of, you know, using that texture to the advantage of the image as well, and not just so much as like, oh, here's the silhouette, let me cut that out. It's more like, okay, how can I use that texture outside as well as that form of the object that we're trying to merge it with.
Yeah, exactly. Like how can it how can it work together? Now that you know how to do a double exposure, I guess just like kind of working on the images.
Exactly.
This is
it's great though.
The horse is the right image for sure.
Yeah.
And like you said, even if we took the trees in the fog that you have, rotated it sideways, like so it looked like it had motion, right? By those now horizontal lines of those trees. But anyways,
absolutely.
You guys get it.
Absolutely.
Man, good job. That's it for the current reviews. So, double exposure, collage, Technicolor poster. Okay, so those were the last challenges, and that's it for the current challenge submissions.
Nice. Good submissions.
Yeah. And great. So Elise, I don't know if you saw this, since we still have time, and I'll show this for anybody.
Please, I'd love to.
As well. Since if we are doing a double exposure, I would. This new feature is so nice, because you could actually take a person, take that photo, go right up here to select subject. Select subject recognizes people. I'll do you even one better, because this is still requires 2 steps. I could go right. Actually, let me do this really fast. This is the old way. You ready? This is the old way. Click. This is the mask that you get. It looks like this, right? So let's just duplicate that layer. Let's compare it to the new way of doing things. And guess what? You don't have to do anything different. You just hit select subject, and there's a fork that happens that says, hey, Photoshop's like, oh, I recognize people, therefore cut out the hair appropriately and the clothes appropriately, and then we end up with that. So again, our before and then our after. And like I said really fast, like the shortcut process, honestly, let's just rasterize this real fast. I would just go over here and I do this a lot. This gets me like 70-80% there. Where same way you were using select subject on mobile, because this isn't there yet, but like it gets you like 70-80% there, and then you just do the cleanup. But we'll do the same thing here. Remove background. It'll go ahead and remove background, and it still has all that feathering and everything.
Gorgeous.
And then from there you drop in what you want. And
so I'm curious, sorry to interrupt you, but so again, when you're doing the select subject, and I'm curious, maybe it's not showing on here or something, but I don't see the fork that you're talking about.
Yeah, the fork is hidden. It picks itself. What I was doing is I was forcing it to not recognize people. So for demos, you could hold down the shift key and it will force it to not recognize people. But that's also good if you just don't want it to cut out the hair. You could force it to by holding down the shift key.
Amazing.
But also keep in mind, since select subject is there, select subject is only there when you have these selection tools selected, like this one. Because people select the lasso and they're like, hey, where is it? Don't worry about that. You could always go to select, and sure enough, it's right here as well. But
oh, great.
Anyway.
Oh, that's cool.
Anywho, you guys get
Thanks.
it. I'm ready to switch back over to you.
Ooh, we got good stuff.
Oh, yeah. I think I have. Look, by the way.
I know. As I told you yesterday. I was like,
are these trees?
Yeah.
The same trees?
I definitely have those in there. I definitely have that in my.
That's funny.
Oh, yeah.
And this place, I would make it kind of flow with her hair by rotating it or something. And
exactly. Yeah, that's some double exposure right there.
I don't know. We make it sound easy, but you and I both know that you end up putting like layers on top of layers and doing all sorts of crazy.
Tons. Yeah, and I mean it takes hours of doing and undoing and just seeing kind of what works, you know?
Yeah, tweaking, adjusting. You get it. All right, I
do.
I'm done. I'm going back.
No, I mean you gave so much great info. I'm appreciative of that.
I don't know. Something like I probably flip it again. By the way, let's T, right click, flip horizontal. I don't know. I'm working on it. I gotta get mine done so I could submit to the share your screen. Thank you. Submit for the challenge. I better get mine done.
Get that. I really want. I'm like jealous of your like green screen life. Like I want a green screen so bad. I need to get one.
You're not.
It looks so legit.
You have that white wall.
I know.
You could probably.
I could.
Probably do something.
I could. I think so. I just need to figure out how to do it. Okay. Well, thank gosh we've got a lot more edits to make. So I'm gonna recreate this one right here. And oh yeah, it loaded up for me. Thankfully, a few different layers here. Might change the background sunset, but pretty happy with it overall. So I'm going to go into Photoshop. I'm going to go ahead and create a new document again, 10 by 80 or 1080 by 1350, I mean. And like Paul said, you know, see the resolution here. You've got enough space to print something, which is good. And you can name the document, but I hardly name documents. So we'll keep that there. Now,
yeah, you just don't ever really. I mean, you see it up at the top now, but I have the same problem.
I'm just moving around. Yeah.
My documents aren't named as good as they could be, but that's all.
I could probably edit. I mean, I could probably organize my computer a little better. And my photo album on my phone, I have. I now have 90,000 photos in there, but at first I had 120,000. And I've been trying to review them recently since it's been too much.
Yeah, because little do people know, like you ran out of room 2 minutes before going live today.
I did.
You're like, oh shoot, your iPad was full.
Yeah.
Maybe they were syncing or something.
Yeah, it was syncing. It was trying to put all the stuff that's on my phone, but it's too much stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with my background. Maybe I'm just gonna find a sunset to add for now. Or maybe I added it in the other one. I'm gonna go back and see if I added it to the Adobe Live. Oh, I did! Yay! Okay, I'm prepared, you guys. This is how we do. All right, let me get my background. Got it loaded up. just going to drag this out a little bit. I like the way the sunset looks. Now I'm going to bring in this grass. I think I made like a little hill or something there. Just creating a little, setup for right now. I'm going to do a select subject. Maybe it'll cut the, oh, okay, nope, doesn't need to. So we're just going to highlight all that white. And I think if I look close enough, it's fine. So I'm just going to erase that. Don't need any of that other. Doesn't need to be masked or anything, or masked. So I'm going to add clipped adjustment again, do a little curve.
Hey, I want to welcome a couple of people. Zaid, good to see you here as well. And Ryan Dumelow is the product manager for Photoshop on iPad.
Oh, nice.
So any requests, any feature requests, just go ahead and put it in chat right now and he'll write it down and he'll take care of it. Because he is the boss.
We've lucked out completely. That's amazing. That's awesome. Oh, my cat is like yelling at the door. Of course. It says time for lunch. Okay, so I've got my background, and now I'm going to go ahead and add. I might just have this in my albums. Let me go to Photos, go to Adobe Live. Oh yeah, I like this cityscape here because it's easy to kind of play around with. Just going to drag that out. You pull it up. Go to done, and then just change, tap that, change the blend mode to multiply. Change this, bring it down a little bit. Maybe I'll bring it up so you can see it. Now let's maybe do another clipped adjustment on there, maybe do curves. Ooh. Pull it the other way. Do. Can you hear my cat meowing, Paul?
I did. I just heard your cat meow. It's adorable.
He's always trying to get up in here. What's trying to do right now?
I like cats.
Do you like cats? Good.
I do.
I've got a theory on people who don't like cats, so I'm glad that you said such a thing.
No, just kidding.
That maybe I respect people who say they're obviously allergic. That makes sense. You should not be around things that make you like sick. But people who are like, I hate cats. Cats are evil. I'm like, but you haven't met all cats, so you can't say. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know.
Because cats, just like a lot of animals, like they have attitude, they have personalities, right?
Right. Exactly. I feel like this background's a little lighter.
I met a friendly cat yesterday on a walk, and I was like, "Cat, I want to adopt you," but it was clearly somebody's. But.
Okay, I think this
Elise, are you a cat? Is your personality like a cat or a personality of like a dog?
I think I was a cat in my past life. I will say, I do think I was a cat. I do think indeed, but I mean, I like dogs though too. I like dogs a lot.
I like dogs. I'm more of my personality is more of a golden retriever than a cat. I like cats a lot. So.
I respect that. I think dogs they're much more aware. You know, they're much more. I mean, not to say my cat's not. They're not aware. I mean, they see everything, but they just don't like care as much about what I'm doing. Like they're not as involved in my life every day.
Who's this?
My cats. But dogs, I feel like when I grew up with dogs, they were always like around or like snooping or like looking at me or like following me or something. But
I'm into it. Like I do agree. Dogs want to get involved with your life.
They're involved. My cats don't care. Cool. I could probably die and my cats would never know it. They'd be like, well, we're not getting fed. What's going on?
I want Lisa Gethard's cat because her cat thinks it's a dog, and that's I want a cat that acts like a dog. Period.
Yeah, one of my cats kind of does that, but she's getting a little bit more abrasive about it because now she's always like, no matter what kind of food we give her, she wants something different.
Really?
It's just like, just have what you got. You know what I'm saying? Just eat what you got.
Yeah.
Okay. Flatten this. So I've just been throwing stuff on here. I might change this background sunset because it's really giving me some issues, to be honest, because I don't like the way that these buildings are setting on it. So I might switch that out and see what kind of other sunsets we have. It's nice because I can kind of just go in here and see what I got. I've got a large base of photos.
That's just in your CC library, or where?
So don't ever feel limited, at least for myself, when it comes to what I can use and what I can think of. I mean, it's been years and years of collecting and using for different projects, and sometimes I'll get a stock and I might not even use it then, and I'll just be like, well, hopefully I'll use it some other time.
Yeah.
Resize this. But I think at some point sometimes I'm able to use them, which is nice. Okay, so I'm going to bring this city down. Just kind of match it with that. I think what's giving me issues is this grass. It's like almost like gray or something. Let's see if we... It's supposed to be like the foreground with where the giraffe's going to stand on, but it just looks like it's gray at the moment. Or maybe it's just on my iPad. Yeah, I don't think you can see.
Coming through.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm going to just leave it then. Okay, so I'm going to do another mask here. I'm going to do the gradient on this moon. Oh, undo. Oh, I'm doing a gradient on the grass now. Just want to make sure that we're selected on the right things, as always. Let's do a little mask there. For this moon. This moon coming in.
And just so everybody's clear, this morning we did live streams on everything that was released today. So you feel free to, those are all worth a rewatch. You watch the design one, the photography one, video, XD one. So check those out. There's also things we didn't get to, like we didn't talk about Dimension or Arrow and stuff. Like in Arrow now you can actually add audio to Arrow projects. Ooh. So I assume when you point at or tap on something, it'll play a sound. I haven't tested it out yet, but anyway.
Sounds dope. Okay. I love Arrow. I need to use it more.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing how easy it is. Mm-hmm. You know, to use.
It really is.
The results are pretty impressive.
Absolutely. Okay, let me go back to my libraries, find my giraffes. I've got a giraffe layer somewhere in here. I think it might be in nature. Good in here. I know I had some other giraffes. I might use those, but I know I had some silhouettes ready to go.
To answer your question, Lisa, first of all, thanks for joining us, Lisa. Update your Behance avatar. You could, for the challenges, there really are no rules. I mean, aside from what Kathleen shows you. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me okay? Okay, good. So feel free to use Photoshop on iPad like Lisa's doing.
I think I'm going to cut out one of these guys. I had some silhouette giraffes ready to go, but I think I'm just going to use this one instead. Select subject. Nice. I'm just going to do a mask. And erase these. Don't need these guys. Oops. Keep this. And now I'm just going to flatten this. Don't really need that extra. Just gonna do the same thing here. Now I'm gonna do an add clipped adjustment again. Gonna do the same thing. Just give me a little silhouette giraffe, or I can play around.
Yeah. I like that.
Do some shadow there.
The subtlety of it's very nice as well. Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah. Just a little, so you can still see kind of what's going on.
You finish before. It's
okay.
Nice. That's nice. I like a little hint, the subtlety of it all. It's nice.
Just a little something, something. I might do. Let's see, this one. Just change this moon up a little bit. Maybe make it a little brighter, like a screen or something.
Yeah.
Or just change the mask. I think I just like the other sunset I did, but I think this one will do.
I like it.
It'll do. Now it looks a lot darker on your screen. But I would have to make sure that I change these layers around. So I'm gonna merge down, flatten this up, bring this giraffe behind that layer. Maybe.
Yeah, so to answer your questions, Zainab, yeah, maybe you feel like it's difficult using an iPad. You like desktop more. Like the cool thing is you can bounce between the two. So this file is being saved as a cloud document. So Elise could open this up on her desktop and continue working on it. So you can go both ways. It's like totally not a big deal. And Ziad from Cairo, Egypt. Awesome to have you here. And Darius is from Cotachachi, Ecuador.
Ooh, wow.
Cool.
All over the world.
I'm into it.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So this...
It's been pretty good.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I mean, I might add some stars. You know, I always got to add something. Got to add some stars in there. Oop, boop, boop, boop. Layers, libraries, nature. And whatever I feel like adding, of course, is a nice little addition. I hope I just tapped on the stars. Oh, it's a cloud. Where did this cloud come from? I don't know. You don't want that cloud yet. Okay. Yeah. These stars in.
Oh, there they are.
Done. Just make sure we do a little blend mode. Oop, did I pass up screen? Boom. That looks like a little bit more dusty. That's a grain texture. Subtle grain. Wow, at least maybe I could do my own grain texture then instead of having to wait on the Lightroom to work for me again. I'm going to add some stars in wherever they are. Nature, subtle grain texture. Okay, there we go. Stars and galaxy. There's our stars. I was going to say, that doesn't look like stars almost. Screen. Cool. Then just do another mask on there. Oh. Make sure you're on that mask.
Yeah.
Now just go dark there. Erase around the moon.
Mm-hmm. Looking good.
Looking good. Maybe I'll just add that final little grain then. So I like grain so much. Oh, that's pretty intense. That looks nice.
It kind of gives it when you add that grain, it gives it like a little bit of a vintage feel.
Mm-hmm. Maybe this probably isn't the best example. I like doing it more so like when I'm using maybe like more than 10 different stock images or more than 5 at least. And it kind of like brings all of the image together, you know, if some of the images may be a little bit more low quality, or if I'm kind of stretched it out, or if I don't know, it just feels a little bit different. It just brings the image together to me. Yeah, it really does. Save, quick export, launch. I feel like every time I go in here, something will be different. Okay, now still loading. Okay.
Thank you for submitting to the Daily Creative Challenge as well, everyone. Cool. We're down to our last like minute-ish. Oh no, this is sad. I'm getting all sad now.
No! I'm having a really great time for the last 2 days. It's gone by really quick.
Dang it. Well,
it really
I'd say you knocked out quite a bit within, especially day 2.
We can keep going. I was like, you want me to do another one? Because I can. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, I'm into it. I love them all. So
thank you.
Man, Elise, thanks so much. It's so good to see you.
You too.
Virtually and everything. And
thank you. Thanks for having me. I know there's a lot going on in the world right now, and like I said in the last, or yesterday, it's good to be a part of a community that makes sure that our voices are heard and that we feel respected as artists and as creatives. So thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. We're glad you're here. I'm glad we're friends. I'm really happy with the design community, knowing that there's some unity and there's just a spirit of openness with everyone, and I'm sure people are going through stuff, and I feel my heart goes out to everybody kind of dealing with a difficult situation, whatever it may be. Hopefully, you find this place is just be a cool, chill place to learn and grow and meet cool people like you, Elise.
Thank you.
Everybody, give her a warm thank you.
Thank you.
You can follow her on Swopes everywhere, pretty much.
Swopes, SWOPES.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's it. I don't want to get cut off, Elise. Thank you so much. Virtual hug to you and everybody. I'll leave you with the schedule. We got a full day and 99U tomorrow as well. So, Elise, thanks so much. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Take care.
All right.